early childhood development. Each week we talk about a different stage of children development and what children need. And now, here comes your host.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Taryn, and you are listening to The Parent Thing. In today's episode, we are talking about a nemesis of mine, the walking ring, or a baby walker. These things have survived for a long time. They date back to as early as the 15th century, according to Wikipedia. Parents typically buy these things for two reasons. The first reason is that they think it aids and assists babies to walk sooner, and the second reason is that it can be convenient to pop the baby in to keep them occupied while you tackle some adulting tasks like cleaning or cooking or even taking a shower. The aim of today's episode is to share some truths about these devices that will hopefully dissuade parents from using them going forward. The first truth about baby walkers are that they are the cause of thousands of ER trips around the world annually. There are huge injury risks when your baby is in the walker. Risks from falling down the stairs, to the little ones being high enough to reach hot drinks or wall electricity outlets, stoves, cleaning products, and cords to multiple appliances like kettles, flat irons, clothes irons, and the like. Being in the walker makes it easier for them to reach those things and pull them down. Most walker incidents actually occur under adult supervision, but the adult is unable to respond and prevent the injury fast enough. Baby walkers are actually banned and sales are prohibited in Canada. Man, I wish I could insert the national anthem right now because they are my hero in this moment. Go Canada! So that pretty much covers the safety risks of having your baby in a baby walker. The main aim for me, however, in this episode is to talk about developmental delays that are caused by putting your baby in a walker, and also to shine some light on why crawling is important. Let me start by telling you that there have been multiple instances in my classroom over the years where I have been able to accurately tell when a student was in a walker and didn't crawl or didn't crawl enough as a baby. As I said before, walking is delayed when a baby is put in a baby walker. And let's look at why. The first thing is that the baby in a walker is supported all around. So many of the muscles that are needed for walking is then not used because of the support that they have. The walker holds them upright, so the balance required for walking is delayed, like I said, because they are supported and they are being held upright. They don't need to use their core or their leg muscles to hold them upright and acquire the balance that they'll need for walking. Crawling is so important because when a baby crawls, they exercise the muscles that they need, not just for walking, but so many other skills that will be needed as they grow older. When they crawl, bilateral coordination is developed, and this is how the brain develops in these moments, is that the right and the left hemisphere is exercised. So let's break it down a little bit, right? You have your baby on your hands and knees, and while it's obvious to us because we've gone through the process and we know how to walk, but their brain needs to figure coordination out. So in order to go forward, I need to move my right hand forward and my left foot forward, and then to get further I need to now swap it around and bring my left hand forward and bring my right foot forward, and my brain needs to figure out how to do that, and that does not happen when a baby is in a baby walker. It's only by crawling that these right and left hemispheres in the brain start working together and start sending messages and start teaching, or the baby start learning how to crawl. So while it seems like a simple exercise, there's actually so much brain activity happening, so much development happening that a baby walker takes away from a baby. Not only is the brain teaching coordination to a baby with the left, right, but also being on their hands and knees is weight. Weight that develops muscles in the arms, in the legs, and also balance in the core, which are essential muscles for them as they grow, as they learn to walk, as they learn to jump. All of that starts developing in crawling. And when they are in a baby walker, or they are in a baby walker for too long, these muscles are not developed fully. When a baby is in a walker, it also deprives them of rolling, sitting independently, scooting, stretching enough, and as I said, crawling as well. And all these skills strengthen the muscles they need to walk. Typically, a baby walker also has a lot of toys right in front of the baby to keep the baby occupied. This could be great for a younger baby who's just learning to reach out for objects in front of them and grab a hold of them. It's great in that moment, but also when a baby is that young, they aren't strong enough to be upright for such long periods of time. So even then, being in a walker is not a good idea. What the toys, but also just the walker as a whole, inhibits is spatial awareness. And let me break that down for you. So essentially, spatial awareness is the ability to tell where you are and where everything in the world around you is in relation to where you are. These skills translate so much in life, and even when you are a grown up and you drive, spatial awareness is so important because you need to know where you are in your car and where the other cars are around you, how to take a turn without hitting the curb. All of that is spatial awareness, to be aware of your surroundings and how far you are from these surroundings. So when a baby is in a baby walker, spatial awareness is inhibited. One, because everything they need is right in front of them. They don't need to look around or try to find where anything is. Two, because they are up so high, they can't really see accurately what is around them. And they have this barrier around them that doesn't really tell them how far something is. So they can be in the baby walker and go forward and forward and forward and see the wall ahead of them, but can't really tell when to stop because the barrier will stop them before they actually get there. So it actually messes up their perception. When they are crawling, however, spatial awareness is developed. They can accurately see where things are in relation to them. It also is problem-solving skills that are developed in this time, because when they are on the ground and they want to get to a specific toy or they want to get to you, they can actually tell how far you are from them, or they start learning to tell how far you are from them and how far they have to go to get to you. Again, that's problem-solving skills, which actually would aid later on in life with mathematical skills. So they see where you are. They get to look around as you move, which is visual tracking, also a very important skill. And they know that they have to move. They also learn to change direction. So if you're moving, they can track you visually, which, as I said, is a skill. And they can then, the brain then sends signals again with the coordination. Oh, I have to turn. And they learn to turn. And that's what happens when they are crawling. When they are in a walker, however, they don't really have control of the direction because of the wheels, and because it's actually something that's controlling them. It's something that's holding them back. And if you think of a shopping cart with really funny wheels and you're trying to push it one way, but the cart is going another way, often that's the case with a baby walker. So again, their perception is messed up. They are not sure how to get to where you need to go. So the problem solving skills doesn't happen because they just have to go where the walker is taking them. There's no real control over the situation for them. I spoke a little bit about problem-solving skills that's developed when a child is crawling or when a baby is crawling. And I want to get into that a little bit more. When a baby is in a baby walker, they are constantly assisted. So if you see that they are getting too close to the stairs or they're getting too close to something, it's so easy as a parent to just pull them out of it, and they don't have to solve the problem themselves. It's done for them. So there's brain development that is being inhibited in a case like that. The depth perception also then is inhibited because they can't tell that they're going close to the stairs because the barrier is stopping them from seeing beyond a certain point. Whereas if they were crawling and they get to the stairs, it's such a natural thing for babies to pause and stop and see, because they can see that there's a change in depth, and that's how they learn to solve a problem. Some babies scoot on their butt. Some babies will go backwards downstairs, but that's a skill that can't be developed when they are in a walker. And it is problem solving because they learn how to get themselves out of something. So what happens when they are in a walker, there's instant gratification versus the process of figuring it out. They are being helped out of a situation versus problem-solving skills development. When the babies are in a walker, they also don't have control of the speed that they're going at or the distance covered. And that's other development that's happening when they are crawling. They learn to crawl fast and they learn to slow down when they need to, when they see an object is coming or they are in potential danger. But in a walker, they don't really have control of the speed, of the direction that they're going in, or of the distance that's covered when they are in the walker. Also, because the feet generally aren't used properly when they're in a baby walker, so I mean like that coordination of left, right, as well as the heel toe motion, babies tend to be on their toes for bulk of the time that they're in their walker, and studies have shown that the Achilles tendon, which is the tendon at the back of the ankle, can shorten and walking will be an issue without the support of the walker. I found a paragraph on the junior college's website that I would like to read to you guys because it's such a beautiful description of how a baby walker is a problem. So it says, baby walkers limit eye and foot coordination, which is necessary for motor planning and sequencing, also known as praxis, generating an idea of what you want to do, which is the ideation, figuring out how you are going to do it, which is the organization, and then carrying out what you want to do, which is the execution. Children with poor planning and sequencing may find difficulty when needing to have to think harder to complete new physical tasks due to poorly integrated information from the sensory systems. Underdeveloped planning and sequencing skills impact on a child's ability to organize themselves and learn new routines. So those are just some of the ways that walkers inhibit development and why crawling is so essential for development. I do also just want to talk about some of the problems students face in class as a result of not crawling enough. Both reading and writing prove to be a problem when students have not crawled enough. With the writing, the first thing is that their hand muscles are not properly developed because they weren't crawling enough and they didn't have enough exercise in those muscles. So it's difficult for them to hold a pencil as well as difficult for them to form letters. That's the first thing. The second thing goes back to spatial awareness. They are unable to write on a straight line because they can't really tell where stuff is in relation to them. So they would either write upwards and cross the line upwards, or they'll write downwards and cross the line downwards. Reading is also a problem because of visual tracking. So being able to go from left to right and back again, left to right and back again, without skipping any lines or repeating the same line again, that is a major problem, also linked to spatial awareness. Children who have not crawled enough also have problems with just general fine motor activities, coloring in within the lines, being able to thread through a small hole, being able to button up their own shirts. Just general fine motor skills can become a problem when they have not exercised their muscles correctly. Bigger problem-solving skills as well, like counting one-to-one correspondence, which essentially is being able to count how many of an object is in front of them by touching on each one and saying the number. That is visual tracking as well. Also, building a puzzle or putting a puzzle together, being able to solve a problem by linking colors and forms and images, as well as knowing to be able to turn something around that it might fit if you turn it around, and just seeing stuff from different angles. That is developed when they are crawling as well. So that is a basic breakdown of why a baby walker is a no-no and why crawling is so essential. I truly hope that I have convinced you to hate walkers as much as I do. And if you do have one, please don't donate it or pass it down to anybody. Please take the loss and just throw the thing away. Let's give our babies their best shot at developing as naturally as possible. And I know that it is a convenience, but a playpen or their crib is a good place to put them if you need to do some stuff with some toys around them is perfectly fine as well. I hope you have learned something. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye!
Thank you for tuning into the Parenting. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have any questions, feedback, or content suggestions, please email us at Taryn@theparenting.com. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and give my aunt a 5-star rating.